What's up guys, Benji here with another video. I know it's been quite some time since I've made a video, and I was supposed to make the ECU tune video really a long time ago. I think it's almost been a year since I've had my EK1 and done all of the ECU stuff. But just to be completely transparent with you guys, I did have some issues with the car when I was first doing all the tuning and stuff. Not tuning related, but the car did have some issues that had to do with the previous owner. There was, I think it was an oil cooler leak. I had to get a valve gasket replacement, and it was really frustrating because the car was kind of burning oil. You could kind of smell it, and it was leaking down. I was like, probably get this fixed before I do anything tuning related. So the car was in and out of the shop for maybe around like a month before they could really diagnose everything and fix it. Because the reason that I even went to the shop in the first place, where I had my work done, everything under warranty, by the way, I didn't really have to pay that much. I think it was like $800 out of pocket, which is pretty good considering the stuff that I have on the car. I went to the shop to get some work done because I was actually losing coolant pretty fast, and it was something that I had noticed even not being tuned at all. The car was just losing coolant, and I was like, this isn't right, and I shouldn't be losing the coolant that's in my reservoir and having to fill it up like every 2-3 weeks, and it's like completely bone dry. Just had to top it off a few times. It's like, I better take it to the shop. So that's what I did. Took it to the shop, and they said it was the oil cooler. They fixed the oil cooler. They said it was leaking coolant, and it helped fix the problem a little bit. Funnily enough, the issue wasn't even really with the oil cooler. Yes, it helped fix a lot of what was going on. The fix that stopped me losing coolant was fixing this little reservoir cap, and then also the radiator cap, because apparently the seals go bad. So that was really annoying, trying to figure that out. So long story short, I got all that squared away, and I actually didn't really even notice that the reservoir going bone dry was an issue until Sleepy had pointed it out in some of the logs that I had given him, and I'll get into all of that in just a second, because I had noticed that the car was losing coolant gradually over time. But when I had sent him a log over from the tune that I was previously on, he noticed that my water temps, or my coolant temps, were pretty high, and he diagnosed it like literally straight from the get-go. I was like, wow, check your reservoir, I think it's dry. And I was like, oh, you sure? And I checked, and guess what, it was dry. So I just thought it was pretty funny. Sleepy sent me over his full ECU tune, meaning that I didn't need the JB4 anymore. It was just a standalone tune that I could flash through the EK1. He sent that over to me, and it fixed my issues completely within like 2 to 3 revisions. And it's been the revision that I've been on like ever since. I've driven 14,000 miles alone on this tune, and I've had absolutely no problems whatsoever. It's been a blast to drive this car, and I haven't gotten around to making a video on how good this tune is. So I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for the wait, but here it is. Here's the video. I'm finally doing it. It's finally not raining. Every single time that I try and come out here and film a video for you guys, it's always raining, and with more power and being rear-wheel drive, that's just not possible. I can't really show you what the tune is capable of. But on this setup, it's like 17.5 to like 18 psi peak psi on this tune. I think it's 19.5 degrees of timing. I should be sitting around 460 wheel horsepower. That's what it feels like. That's what the butt dyno's telling me. This is the power level that I've been sitting at for the past almost really like 8 months now, and it's been perfect. It's been the perfect daily driver, just because if you look at it, yes, it's a Stinger. Everything is OEM. I have no cosmetic mods whatsoever. It's really unassuming. But when you get in and drive this car, especially with the stuff that I have under the hood, I mean, it's nothing special. It's just intakes, an inlet, and the tune, and it makes 460 wheel horsepower, 500 wheel torque. It is it's truly a sleeper, and a lot of people that I've taken in it are kind of taken aback, and they're like super surprised that, wow, I didn't know this car was like that. But that's why it's perfect. You would literally never guess. I mean, if you know what a Stinger is, and if you're in the Stinger community, you know that these things can make tons of power just off of a few bolt-ons and a tune. But people that don't know about this car, they're super surprised by it, and this car still surprises me. So we're gonna get in this car, take it for a drive. I'll do some pulls, tell you guys a little about what you guys can expect from a Sleepytuned full flash, because there are some small things that just make this tune really, really good. Yeah, let's take it for a drive. Alright, we're on the road to my favorite spot in Atlanta. So just driving along normally, it's like a stock car. Like, that's why the tune is so good. It just drives normally. Like, I'm in comfort. I don't have to like worry about anything. It's not like I'm in a race car. It's a normal Grand Touring car. It drives a bit better than stock because you have a little bit more power. The throttle control is a lot better than stock, at least in my opinion. The way that Sleepy sets it up, to where you barely have to get on the gas to get up to speed. And I mean, it makes no fuss. Like, it's a great daily driver. I've driven this thing 14,000 miles, no issues. My mom can drive it, my sister can drive it. It's an easy car to drive. One thing that I will note about his full ECU flash, and you get this with other tunes and everything else, like when you flash your car with the EK1 or get an ECU tune, there's little things that, like little nuances about the stock car that I didn't like. Like, it had a governor, albeit it was pretty high. It was at like 169 miles an hour, but the speed governor is gone. There's no speed limit. It's not topped out. Auto start stop, which is really, really annoying on this car, especially on this car. Like, it'll literally jerk the car. I used to hate it. I'd turn it off every single drive. You don't have to worry about it with a tune, and he does that for free. I mean, it's just included in the tune, like no speed limit or no governor and no auto start stop. Like, that's one of my biggest things. Like, but it's included in the tune. Like, with lap 3, I know it's an option for, I think it's like $150 or something. I don't know their prices off the top of my head, but I know it's an expensive option, but he just includes that in his tune. Another thing that I will note about his tune is that the car temps sit about 10 degrees lower. So for oil temps, I would sit at around 205 to 212 degrees for oil temps, and around like 219 to 225 for my coolant temps, which is within the normal range. But for Sleepytuned's tuning, or whatever he does with it, I think he opens the thermostat a little bit earlier so that the coolant temps are a little bit lower. So the car will oscillate between 195 Fahrenheit and 217. Some other people get as low as 212. They don't see higher than that. But my temps oscillate between 195 and 217 Fahrenheit for the coolant temps. And the oil temps are usually around 195 to 202-ish. If I'm pushing the car, I'll see up to 205, 210, but rarely. I mean, just driving this thing around, I've gotten used to it since I've driven this thing more than 10,000 miles. Like, it's not as exciting as it was when I first flashed the car, but it still surprises me. And another thing is the induction noise. Just listen. Can't really hear it because there's a car next to me, but the induction noise is a lot louder than it is stock. Like, a lot louder, especially if you're on a file that pushes a lot more boost. Like, you can hear it with the windows up. The induction noise is a lot louder. Obviously because you're pushing more boost, pushing more power, the turbos spool up a little bit quicker. Pushing around 17.5 psi, you'll hear the turbos. Now I have inlets and I have intakes, so obviously if you have like a stock airbox, you're not going to hear it as much, but it was just really surprising to me, at least. To stock, you couldn't even hear anything. To having a JB4, yeah, you could hear the turbos spool up, but that was a little bit like at like higher RPMs. But now, just like driving normally, you can hear the turbos, or you can hear the induction noise all the time, and it's so fun. I love the noise. Okay, now obviously the only caveat with being tuned on ethanol, or just tuned in general, is that the fuel mileage decrease. You'll take a pretty bad hit on fuel mileage. Like in the city, I think I used to average around 17-ish or 16-ish on 93, which isn't great, especially for a stock car. But it's even worse now. Like on E30, E40, I'm seeing anywhere from like 12 to 13. And I do have a pretty heavy foot, but even driving pretty leisurely, I'll see no better than 15 miles per gallon in the city. On the highway, it's not too terrible. Like if you're not heavy-footed, you'll see anywhere up to like 27 miles per gallon. Obviously, it's going to vary with your ethanol content, but it's not too bad on the highway. I usually average around 23-ish, maybe 24 on a good day. But obviously, if you're tuning your car, you're not really tuning it for fuel mileage, you're tuning it for power. So I doubt you'll be too concerned about that, but it is something to be mindful about. Now, paired with the BMS TCU, like, it's a pretty awesome combo. I've had some issues with the TCU file that BMS recently gave me. Their first TCU file that they gave me didn't actually have the optimized ship points, which was kind of annoying, and I actually really didn't notice it up until I was doing some 60 to 130 testing. But it did not come with the shift points, which is what I noticed, and I reached out to them and was like, oh yeah, you didn't have that. And they gave me a more aggressive version, which is really, really good, except for when you're driving in just regular sport mode without manual. Like, I find myself driving in manual mode because the sport mode is now, it's too jerky, it's too aggressive. But I'll make a video later on that. But paired with the BMS TCU, it makes for a really nice setup. Like, the car shifts super fast and it puts the power down. The car just knows like what it wants to do. And these cars aren't really, they're kind of underrated from the factory. I mean, I know mine dynoed at 348 wheel horsepower, which is around like 380 something to the crank. So it's not like these cars are slow from the factory. It's just, it feels like this is OEM plus, if that makes any sense. The car also sounds, I don't know how to explain it. It sounds different from when it was stock, and I'm not really talking about the induction noise, but kind of just the engine noise, actually. And this is without any pumped-in audio. I turned that off as soon as I got the car from the factory. But it just has more of an aggressive tone to it, and you'll know when you flash the car, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's like has like a deeper rasp, if that makes any sense. To not sound cringy, the car kind of sounds like it purrs from the factory, and I know my girlfriend is smiling right now because that shit is cringy, but there's no other way to describe it. The car sounds like it literally like purrs, and this is more of like a growl, like, if that makes any sense. And I know that sounds stupid, but when you guys flash your own cars, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Alright, now let's get into some of the spirited driving, because I know that's what you guys want to see. I had to take kind of like a little detour. They literally blocked off the one place that I wanted to go, so hopefully this takes me where I want to go, but who knows. You can just hear, I'll be quiet so you guys can hear the induction noise and do a short pull. ridiculous, bro. It's so fast. I mean, the highway is where this car really shines, though. Like, if you like roll racing or just doing anything, like whatever, like with the extra power, it's just worth it. It just makes driving this car so much better, so much more fun. And it's not like it's an unreasonable amount of power. I will say that anything that is under 30 miles an hour, if you are rear-wheel drive, you cannot use it. You cannot go wide open throttle with this car under 30 miles an hour because you're just gonna spin. Let's do a little pull here. Emmy likes it, don't you, Emmy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun little party trick to show friends. I'm already used to the power. I always have to ask if it feels fast because I'm just so used to the power level at this point, and that's part of the reason why I'm going CPI, just for a little more power, a little more boost. But to your average person, it's gonna feel fast. So yeah, I can make a separate video on all the things that this thing can do because it is pretty awesome, especially being able to switch between different files that you have, to just see all these values. I can show you guys how to log with it, show you how to switch fuels and reset adaptives, all that good stuff. And I think in the new firmware update that this thing got, it's able to reset the transmission. And I made a video on the X tool, diagnostic tool, some time ago, and now this can literally do that. So if you're thinking about getting an X tool, don't even get it at this point because the EK1 can do all of that stuff. And this car is so fun with paddle shifters now, like the Sleepytuned ECU with the BMS TCU. It's like a little race car when you want it to be. It's nice. Now I am looking into getting the ECU or the TCU from Sleepytuned just to compare it to the BMS TCU. Even though that the BMS TCU tune is really, really good, I want to compare the two. So if you guys want to see that, please drop a like. It'll motivate me to make more videos because I know it's been a while since I've made a video. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you'll get up to some crazy speeds really fast, and especially in this car, you cannot feel how fast you are going. Like, sure, past 130, the car, you'll hear how fast you're going. But I look down sometimes, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm doing this speed. Let me dial it back a little bit. Like, Emmy, did that feel fast to you? Like, I know we were going pretty fast, but like, did you notice how fast we were going?
I know.
Exactly. So, another thing to be careful about. It's great, but be careful. But man, I just love driving through downtown when there's no traffic. It's just awesome. Just listen to that induction noise. You can really hear it with your windows down, like at low speeds. It's awesome, especially with these inlets. Oh my god, the car sounds amazing. But it really is a sleeper. Like, I don't have an exhaust on this car, so from the outside, unless you're at the front of the car, it's really quiet, but it'll dust like 90% of what's on the road. So if that's what you're like looking for, if you want something that you can just flash and forget about, obviously I monitor my car. I'm pretty anal about that stuff, but if you want something that you can just flash, forget about, do your maintenance, treat it like an OEM car, this is perfect. Like, it is perfect. Now, if you're into the back end flash stuff, and you have a JB4 and you like messing with your boost and all that kind of stuff, then the back end flash route is going to give you more flexibility on that kind of stuff. Like, the back end flash was fun because I could just switch between power levels until it just stopped working. And that's kind of the drawback of having a full ECU. So with the back end flash, you have the JB4 to control boost. It's doing just the boost control. If you have CPI, it's controlling that as well. With the full ECU, honestly, my full ECU was a little bit faster than my back end flash, even at less boost and timing, or at the same timing. It was a little bit faster than my back end flash, and it was less finicky. I've never had a problem about going into limp mode. But you have to go through your tuner if you want a revision to change boost or anything about that kind of stuff. And that can also get annoying because, Sleepytuned, KJT, whoever you're going through, they're busy. They're like a one-man team, so tuning takes a while. They're pretty fast for being a one-person team. Sleepytuned is especially really fast. It's another thing that I love about him. He's pretty responsive for being a one-person team. But if you do go full ECU, then that is a drawback. You have to go through them if you want to change your boost. So if you want that customizability, go with the back end flash, because it is pretty fun to do, like making your own map 6 and you could do whatever really, and logging is just a lot easier. But I went with the full flash because it is a little bit faster. It's nice to just have a couple of files that I can cycle through. Like, I have this file and I have my race file or whatever, if I want a little bit more boost, and just have the capability of using the EK1 to diagnose everything, to switch files if I want to, reset adaptives. It's just a nice package. But if you don't even care about any of that, if you just want a full ECU, like set it and forget it kind of thing, then this is perfect for you. I'll try and let you guys hear some of the induction noise. There's no car passing by me. Nice sound. It is so loud. I mean, you guys can hear how loud it is, but that's always fun. Obviously, if you're looking into tuning, you're looking at the main competitors. You have Sleepy, you have KJT, Torque, Lap 3 even. All of them offer pretty much the same options. I know Lap 3 doesn't offer tuning through EK1. I know that's just Torque, KJT, and Sleepy. I can really only speak for Sleepy because I've had his tune for, I don't know, the better part of me owning this car. I had KJT's tune for a little bit, but I don't feel like that's really the best impression of what his tunes are because, I don't know, I never really got a chance to work with him. He was always kind of busy. I can speak for Sleepy though. He's been great, super responsive, super upstanding guy. Like, anything that you want to know about the platform, he will inform you about it. He's very patient. He's been very, very patient with me, asking for all of my revisions and all that kind of stuff. Just literally anything. If you ask him, he'll know. Just don't pester him because he is a very busy guy. Like, this is his side thing. I'm pretty sure he's like a computer programmer, which is just so odd to me. Like, a computer programmer and then guy who like takes apart and rips his car apart, tuner. I don't know. I guess they kind of do have in like an overlapping section. Anyways, Sleepy, if you see this, I love you. Thank you for dealing with my bullshit. It's been great. But I think what I've been trying to say is you can't really go wrong with whoever you choose. People always ask which one is going to be faster, and then that just gets into a whole debate. But like I said, it's going to be different for literally every single car. And it's not like you can go wrong with whoever you pick. If you pick KJT, if you pick Sleepy, if you pick Torque, Lap 3, doesn't really matter. Only thing what I will say about Lap 3 is that it is far more expensive than all the other options, which is why I did go with Sleepy and KJT. Way more affordable. I think I paid, I don't know, it's changed since I bought a tune, but it was like $200 to get a back-end flash from KJT, which is like nothing. For Sleepy, it was the same price, and then he bumped me up to his full ECU option, which at the time I think was $300. I don't even know what the prices are now. I think they've gotten a little bit more expensive, but not nearly as expensive as Lap 3's option. But what I'm trying to say is you won't go wrong with whoever you pick. Don't get caught up in the whole debate on which tuner is faster. Everybody's going to have their own bias, their own anecdotal experience, which is why it's pointless in my opinion. But I will vouch for Sleepy. He's been great, so obviously I have my own bias. I have had both. I haven't had KJT's tune for too long, so I can't really speak for it. He's a great tuner. Don't be afraid to go and get a tune from him as well. But my personal experience, I would go with Sleepy. He's been great. Only good things to say about him. Thing is such a sleeper, man. It's so, huh?
So fun.
It is so fun. It's so easy to drive. Like, literally anyone can drive it. I can't express how good. That's another one of the things about the tune that I really didn't talk too much about. The throttle control, or the throttle response over stock, and even just like with the JB4, is 100 times better on the tune. Like with the JB4, you have the power, but no real tuning to go with it. So it's kind of like you're just throwing boost at the car. So it's kind of like an on and off switch. But with this, I mean, you can be so precise with your driving. It's awesome. It's so well put together. So if you're on the fence about getting a tune or just curious, go out and do it because it's worth the money. It really is. It's, if I had to do one modification for this car, it would be getting an EK1 and getting a full ECU flash. Like, it's that simple. It makes the driving dynamics of this car so much better. So much more enjoyable, because you can do stuff like that. With normal driving, I'd see my coolant temps probably right around like 224, 225 right now. My oil temps around like 210, 212. Oil temps are 199. Coolant temps, the max that I've seen, and I can guarantee you this is while I've been sitting, like when we stopped for a second and sat still for what, 5 minutes, it was 218. So the car runs perfectly. It is due for an oil change. It's another thing. With being tuned, it's recommended to change your oil at 3,500 miles or 3,000 miles, whatever interval, and switch over to, especially if you're on an E30 blend, or just any kind of ethanol blend really, switch over to 5W40 instead of 5W30, just because the blow-by from the ethanol can thin the oil. So the people that I've spoken to and that are on Sleepy's tune, they all run 5W40. I've had no issues with it. There might be like a small decrease in gas mileage. Switching over to 5W40 just to be on the safer side does no harm in my opinion, and it's been great. I think I've done like 4 oil changes on 5W40 so far, and no problem. So it has only been like what, 15,000 or 14,000 miles since I've been on Sleepytuned's tune. I've been literally, as soon as I got the car, I got a JB4 on it. So it's been 20,000 miles of no issues. So no complaints here. So no issues besides the previous stuff with the valve cover gasket and the oil cooler, but that was from the previous owner just really dogging on it. Like, he really dogged on this car. But about to head back to the spot, just give you guys my final thoughts, and that'll be the end of this video because there's not much else to talk about. So much fun. Ooh. I don't know when the camera died, but it died when I was filming the outro for this video. I mean, yeah, there's really not much else to say about this tune. If there was something bad, I would say it, but there's not. So I really have no final thoughts. I mean, if you're on the fence about getting a tune, go with Sleepytune. I mean, I've been tuned for 13,000 miles and I've had literally no issues. It's been perfect. Car is running how it should, and I rip on it literally every single day, as you guys saw in the video. So yeah, I mean, if you're on the fence, just do it. If you guys do decide to get a tune through Sleepytune, make sure to use my code GT1BEN at checkout for a 10% discount off of any tune that you choose. I just want to say that all of the things that I said in this video are separate from my affiliation with Sleepytune. Like, if there was something bad about this tune or just anything about the process, I would let you guys know. I want to be completely transparent about that. That is what I'm about. But there's literally been nothing wrong. Like, there's nothing that I can think of besides like the decrease in gas mileage and having to do maintenance a little bit more. That's literally it. Tune's been great, been running amazing. So if you guys do want to get a tune through him, make sure to use my code. One thing that I forgot to mention, and I'm sure that if you're looking into getting a tune that you already know this, make sure that you have HKS plugs. That's really it. Tune's great. There's really not much else to say. I'm looking at installing CPI so that I can run E50 or E60 on this car so I can push it a little bit more, and installing some wheels and some other mods in the future. But if you want to see that, if you want to stay tuned for that, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. I would appreciate it so much. I love making these videos. It's been a while since I've made one, but I'm glad I got out today and just filmed it. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.